So hi everyone, my name is Fadila Afriliani and I'm from the University, major in Communication Science. So today I want to make a video about retelling a webinar series on TVku. This video is for exam English for Communication. So just let's start this video with me. So through this video, I will re-explain the discussion material from the Communication Science webinar series, Communication Theory and Research, which was held on November 25, 2022 last year. This program was broadcast by TVku at 9 a.m. This webinar program started with an opening, which was delivered by the presenter, and then continue with remarks from the head of the Udinus Communication Science Study Program, Dr. Rahmawati Zulfaningrum and This event was directly hosted by three speakers, two of whom we are from Udinus Communication Science Lectural, namely is Miss Mukaromah and Miss Puri. And the other was a Communication Science Lectural also, but at Bengkulu University. Namely is Miss Susi Adini. And the first material was spoke by Miss Mukaromah, who explained the exciting theory of communication. Much of this communication theory is taken from thought and of experts in the field of communication, such as Harold Taswell, Stephen Littlejohns, M. Griffin, and others. She told about discussing the communication theory can be said to be difficult because there are many theories in communication studies, and because we are really from social communication, we humans are also involved. This involvement can be through experience, which is when we use as a basis theory. However, but later this theory is our opinion or our personal opinion with scientists who know that have controlled several databases and study, so there is valid to consider as a theory. It is important to study theory communication science because it can be used for knowledge and skill as well as research. Point one is communication. For this skill, for example, is when we get a bachelor degree or S1, we think we want to become a public speaker, content creator, public relation professional, and others. Point number two is communication for research. For example, we think we want to research social issue related to communication and others. The next is to evaluate communication theory to select a theory that can be seen from the following perspective. Theory scope is holistic value, validity, parsimony, and also openness. The theory defined behind into two is one is element of communication can be observed as communicationer, message, media, impact, and acceptance. Two is research based on involvement of people who interact in it, such as intrapersonal communication, group communication, organization communication, mass communication, and culture communication. And the second speaker is Miss Puri. She explained the material entailed classification of viewpoint communication theory. Exploring theory means thinking with group and streams. This is also called paradigma. So theories of paradigma shift in a different communication theories. Paradigma can also be interpreted as a point of view or tradition because of an interest in the field of aspect of communication. And the second point is explaining the grouping of various communication theory. She explained that when we want to become a researcher, we have to make sure which aspect we want to study. So what is researched determine what method what method we use. Weighting to product qualitative or in table data on quantitative satisfyingly collected data. And from the method we use, we will product a different theory as well. And there are 7 traditional perspectives, including one is sociopsychology, and planning social interaction is psychostudy. We will study or talk about the social communication behavior of individual. An example is the study of social learning theory behavior such as motivation or envy, and which then can just like changes our attitude. And number 2 is cybernetic. This is a communication phenomena or event that surrounded as a daily life needs something called interest when we try to explore perspective. An example is when we want to research the character of our family, because every family must have a different characteristic, both of the term of interaction and the ways to influence others. Number 3 is rhetoric. This perspective is related to effective communication in public. An example, when we want to examine someone's speech and is being study how she or he discussing of the material of the discovery that presented by periodic of memorization master, what is your delivery style, or how do you speak in public. And number 4 is semiotic. This is related to symbol or insight that represent of object, idea, situation, and others. For example, we are researching Najwa Shihab Instagram. What does she post on her social media account? What are the selected words, or what about the intonation, eye contact, and also body movement. And number 5 is critical. Usually, his research is related to gender communication. For example, why do women use contraspection? This research to discuss the meaning and also the reason. And number 6 is phenomenology. This research relates to experience, because everyone experience it are different, right? And an example, research on parental implication during the COVID-19 pandemic. And the last, or number 7, is social cultural. So the theory used is usually symbolic interaction, which is focused on oneself and society in interpreting message. For example, is K-pop, drama, lifestyle. Okay, we end in third session. The core of the session, because this is percentile of material for quiz lectural, the namely is Miss Susi Adeni. So she has been communication major at Bengkulu University since 2005, and in 2004 she is completing her graduate study at Bengkulu University as well. And Miss Adeni is also pursuing a master's degree at Monash University, Australia, by taking a master in communication and media. Then in 2019, Miss Adeni continued her doctoral study at the Bogor Agricultural University and majoring in agricultural development communication. Miss Adeni is also active at seminar and international and international scientific article. Had a written subject of books such as social media ethics, concept and application in communication, the role of the media in crisis management, public relation, and in the crisis committee, and others. And the title of the webinar material from Miss Susi Adini is Communication Theory. The first subchapter is individual and message. She explaining how is individual and message, and she also talked about conversation in communication, like the theory of symbolic communication, relationship about communication, like social penetration, and theory of dialectical. Talked about the group of communication into two parts, like group theory and also functional theory. She also talked about media and society, like determinism and agenda setting. And the last is she's talk about theory and research. Communication model can be also used as an analytical tool in research. So that's all the material or what they talked on webinar series communication theory and research on difficult last year. And I think this video is enough. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for watching this video, and I'm sorry if I have a mistake or grammatical error. So yeah, just annyeong.